if you're listening to this, chances are you're probably running a hotel or a restaurant,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're always trying to figure out how to offer something like truly unique.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, something special for your guests, and it can be, honestly, really hard to do that,
Absolutely.
especially these days.
It's a competitive world out there.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
So that's what we're diving into today, really.
Yes.
We're looking at how you can create those memorable experiences for your guests
Right.
by tapping into your local food and drink heritage.
Exactly. Exactly.
We've been looking at some insights from Maurice,
Oh, interesting.
he's a real expert in food and beverage management
Okay. Yeah.
and sales,
Gotcha.
and he has some really fascinating ideas about this.
I'm curious to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, he really emphasizes that connection between gastronomy and terroir.
Oh, terroir.
You know, that like the link between a place and its food.
Yes, the essence of a region, right? Captured in its flavors.
I love that.
So we'll be drawing on, some specific examples from Dijon, France.
Yeah. The mustard capital.
Exactly. But the ideas
Yeah.
apply anywhere, really.
Oh, of course, the principles are universal.
Right. So our mission today is to really break down how you can use these ideas
Yes.
to make your hotel or restaurant even better and,
Right.
attract more customers.
Attract and keep those customers coming back for more.
Exactly. By showing off what makes your region special in terms of food and drinks.
Absolutely.
So, Maurice is really big on this idea of putting your
Right.
local food heritage
Yeah.
at the very center of what you do.
Yes. Make it a core part of the experience.
Yeah, so let's start there.
Sounds good. Let's dive in.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Right.
France is a great example of a country that
Yeah.
really understands how valuable its culinary traditions are.
Yes. They've turned it into a national treasure.
Yeah, I mean, UNESCO even recognizes French gastronomy as like a cultural adventure.
It's more than just food. It's an experience, a journey.
Exactly. And it's not just about preserving old recipes.
No, not at all.
It's like a real economic and
Yeah.
cultural asset.
It drives tourism, creates jobs, and strengthens communities.
Yes, and Maurice,
Yeah.
he sees a lot of opportunity there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
businesses to benefit from this.
Right, right.
He points to Dijon as a perfect example.
Okay, interesting. So Dijon, tell me more.
Yeah, they've managed to really leverage their wine, their mustard,
Of course, Dijon mustard, a classic.
right, and those UNESCO-protected climates of Burgundy vineyards.
Yes, the unique terroir of that region.
Exactly. So all these elements work together
Right.
to make Dijon a
Yeah.
real culinary destination.
It's a food lover's paradise.
Yeah, it's a major driver of their economy, culture, and tourism.
A perfect example of how food can shape a region's identity
Exactly.
and success.
So Maurice then gives some really concrete advice.
Okay, I like concrete advice. Let's hear it.
Yeah, about how to make this work on a local level.
Yes. How can we apply these principles to our own businesses?
Well, he says one key thing is to
Yeah.
really showcase your local produce.
Okay, makes sense. Highlight what's fresh and unique to your area.
Yeah, think about like Dijon. They've got their mustard,
Right, yeah.
gingerbread, creme de cassis,
Delicious.
Yeah. So how can you feature your region's specialties?
Mm-hmm. In a way that's both authentic and appealing.
Exactly, on your menus.
Yes, of course.
Maybe even in like welcome gifts
Oh, I like that idea.
or tasting flights.
Yeah, a little taste of the region.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great way to showcase local flavors.
And Maurice also says
Okay.
to make sure you're highlighting quality labels.
Oh, yeah. Certifications and things like
yeah,
that.
like PDO or GI.
Protected designation of origin,
Mm.
geographical indication.
Mhm.
Those are important.
He says, those labels
Yes,
really matter to customers.
they do. It's a mark of quality and authenticity.
Yeah, and they add value to
Yeah,
what you're offering.
absolutely. It tells a story, builds trust.
Right. It's a way to show that you're committed to
Mhm.
authentic regional character and quality.
It shows you care about where your ingredients come from.
Exactly. And Maurice suggests
Okay.
organizing like gastronomic events.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Events are always a great way to engage people.
Maybe tasting evenings focused on a specific ingredient
Okay.
or participating in local food festivals.
I love that.
It's
Yeah, get the community involved.
all about creating those experiences.
Mm-hmm. Immersive experiences that showcase the region
Yes.
and bring people together around food.
And he mentions a really great example.
Okay, let's hear.
It's a restaurant in Dijon called
Okay.
La Maison des Caryatides.
La Maison des Caryatides. Interesting name.
Yeah, and Maurice, he points out
Yeah.
how they build their entire tasting menus
Oh, wow.
around local produce.
That's impressive. A true celebration of local flavors.
Right, and it's a huge draw for
Yeah.
visitors and locals alike.
Makes sense. People are looking for authentic experiences.
Yeah, so it shows that, making local heritage
Mm-hmm.
part of your offering, it's not just like a nice thing to do.
Huh.
It can be really good for business.
It can be a key differentiator in a crowded market.
Mm-hmm.
So for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
it's not just about knowing what your local specialties are.
Right.
It's about how you feature them, how you tell their stories,
Yes.
and how you weave them into a compelling narrative for your guests.
Okay, now, Maurice also talks about
Yeah.
the importance of leveraging local brands.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
Right.
Using existing resources and partnerships.
Exactly, to really get your message out there.
Absolutely.
He gives the example of Dijon Bourgognedes,
Okay.
and he calls organizations like that fantastic promotional tools.
Yeah, they're already doing the work of promoting the region
Mm-hmm. They're really working to build and
Mhm.
reinforce that regional identity.
collectively.
Yeah, and what's smart about that is
Yeah.
that you can tap into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Leverage their existing network and reputation.
Yeah, by aligning your business
And reason.
with these regional brands.
It's a win-win. They benefit, you benefit.
Right. You're essentially piggybacking
Yeah.
on their marketing efforts.
And gaining credibility in the process.
Exactly. So it's a really strategic move.
Absolutely. A smart way to amplify your message.
And Maurice
Oh,
provides some practical tips.
I love practical tips. Let's hear them.
Okay. So one key thing is
Yeah.
to really build relationships
Okay.
with local producers.
Like farmers, winemakers, artisans,
Yeah.
direct sourcing. That's a big trend now.
Yeah. Not only does it ensure the quality of your ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
but it also gives you
Right.
great stories to tell.
Exactly. People want to know where their food comes from.
Mm-hmm. Your guests are interested in that.
It adds a personal touch, a connection to the land.
And Maurice also emphasizes
Okay.
that you need to be actively communicating this.
Yeah, don't be shy about it.
Right. Use social media,
Show it off.
highlight your suppliers,
Tell their stories.
write detailed menu descriptions.
Yeah, make it transparent, make it engaging.
It's all about transparency and building trust.
Absolutely. Transparency builds trust and loyalty.
Mm-hmm. And he also encourages
Okay.
participating in
Yeah.
local projects and initiatives.
All community involvement. That's great.
Yeah, get involved in events
Yeah.
or collaborative marketing campaigns.
Shows your commitment to the region.
Exactly. It's a way to really show
Mm.
that you're part of the community.
Exactly. You're not just a business, you're a neighbor.
Right.
I like that.
And Maurice mentions another great example.
Oh, another case study.
Yeah, a restaurant in Dijon called
Okay.
Bistro de Alice.
Bistro de la. Nice.
Yeah, and they really make a point of working with local producers, and they always emphasize where their ingredients come from.
Transparency in action.
Right, and Maurice says
Yeah.
the result is
Mhm.
a loyal customer base
Yeah.
and a really strong, authentic brand image.
That's the goal, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's about being connected to your local environment
Yeah,
and letting your customers know about it.
absolutely. That connection is so important.
Okay, now Maurice also talks about
Yeah.
a specific local ingredient in Dijon,
Okay, what is it?
the blackcurrant or cassis.
Oh, Cassis. Delicious.
Yeah, he calls it an icon of Burgundy.
A regional treasure.
Exactly.
I love Cassis. So versatile.
Yeah, and he mentions that creme de cassis
Oh, yes. The liqueur.
was actually created in Dijon.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, back in 1842.
Wow, that's a long history.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a part of the region's identity
For generations.
for a long time.
Fascinating.
And Maurice points out
Yeah.
that there's this organization
Okay.
called the CICD,
The what?
the Comité Interprofessionnel du Cassis de Dijon,
Okay, got it.
and they're responsible for
Yeah.
ensuring the quality
Mm-hmm.
and promoting the heritage
Right.
of blackcurrants.
Interesting. So they're really dedicated to preserving that tradition.
Yeah, so it's more than just a flavor.
It's part of their cultural heritage.
Exactly.
It's a symbol of the region.
And Maurice offers some creative ideas
Yeah.
for how to use this kind of unique local product.
I'm all ears. Let's get creative.
So, think about incorporating blackcurrants into your menus in
Yeah.
unexpected ways.
Okay, I like that. Beyond the usual suspects.
Right. Not just in desserts, but
Mhm.
maybe in savory sauces
Interesting.
or in cocktails.
Oh, that's a good idea. Cassis cocktails are delicious.
Right. And the key here
Yeah.
is to tell that story.
Of course, context is everything.
Explain the origin. Yeah.
The history of
unique qualities.
of the blackcurrant.
Make it come alive for the guests.
Mm-hmm. Or whatever your local specialty is.
It adds another dimension to the dining experience.
Exactly. And again, Maurice emphasizes that it's so important to build those relationships with local producers.
Right. Know your suppliers, support your community.
Yeah. So in this case, blackcurrant growers.
Makes sense?
It ensures you have the best quality product.
Yes, and you can share their story with your guests.
Right.
That's a powerful connection.
And for inspiration,
Maurice
mentions a bar in Dijon called Le Chanoine.
Le Chanoine. Okay.
And they've become known
Yeah.
for their creme de cassis cocktails.
Delicious.
Yeah. And they even host tasting evenings.
Oh, I love tasting evenings.
To educate people about this regional ingredient.
Turning education into entertainment.
Right.
That's brilliant.
So they've really transformed
a local ingredient into an experience.
Absolutely. A memorable one.
Okay, now, moving on.
Yeah.
Maurice also talks about the importance of communication.
Oh, communication is key in any business.
Exactly, and especially when it comes to reinforcing your brand identity.
Right, how you present yourself to the world.
Yeah, he says your communication needs to reflect your values and the character of your region.
It should feel authentic and genuine.
And he points out that successful territorial brands often use strong visual symbols and colors.
Yeah, visual cues are so important.
To really strengthen their identity.
Right, it creates a cohesive look and feel.
And he suggests that hotels and restaurants can do the same.
Grow that strategy.
Yeah, use locally inspired.
Makes sense. Tap into the visual language of the region.
Visual elements.
Yeah, I like it.
So, Maurice gives some communication tips here.
Okay, let's hear them.
He says, first of all, you need consistency across all your visuals.
Yeah, consistent branding is essential.
Your menus, your messaging.
It all needs to work together.
Everything should tell your unique local story.
It's about creating a cohesive narrative that resonates with your audience.
So think about incorporating local visual cues.
Okay.
Like photos of your region's vineyards.
Beautiful imagery.
Landmarks.
Yeah.
Landscapes.
Evoking a sense of place.
To really root your brand in its territory.
Right. Visually connect your business to its surroundings.
And Maurice also says, don't underestimate the power of storytelling.
Stories are so powerful, they connect us.
Yeah, share the stories behind your dishes, the origins of your ingredients.
The people behind the food.
Maybe even the history of your restaurant itself.
Oh, I love that.
You know?
Yeah, it's personal, it's authentic.
People really connect with those details.
It's what makes an experience memorable.
Okay, finally, Maurice talks about the need to look to the future.
Always evolving, right?
Yeah, and think about how to reinvent regional specialties.
Okay, that's interesting. So taking tradition and making it fresh.
Exactly.
I like that.
He uses the blackcurrant as an example.
Okay, Cassie, yeah.
He says, while it's important to respect tradition, there's also a need to keep things exciting.
Right. Appeal to new generations.
And relevant for new generations.
Keep it interesting. Keep it evolving.
So he sees hotel and restaurant owners as playing a key role in this innovation.
Right, pushing boundaries, experimenting.
Yeah, not just by creating new dishes, but also by educating their staff and their customers.
Knowledge is power.
About these evolving traditions.
So it's a shared responsibility to keep these traditions alive and thriving.
So for modernization, Maurice suggests some practical steps.
Right, let's hear them.
Think about developing contemporary desserts that feature local ingredients.
I like that, a modern twist on classic flavors.
Yeah, or creating new cocktails.
Oh, cocktails are always fun.
That go beyond the classics.
Experimenting with new combinations.
Or even incorporating regional flavors into savory sauces.
Yeah, interesting. Adding a local touch to unexpected dishes.
Yeah, and it's not just about the chefs.
Right. It's a team effort.
Maurice says you need to train your entire staff.
Yeah. Everyone should be on board.
So they understand and can promote your local specialties.
They become ambassadors for the region.
Exactly.
Love that.
And he also suggests creating interactive events.
Oh, yeah. Events are always a good idea.
Like cooking workshops focused on local ingredients.
Hands-on learning.
Or themed cocktail evenings.
That's a great idea.
You know, things like that.
Engaging and educational.
And he gives another example.
Okay.
A place called Le Cassis.
Le Cassis.
Yeah, they offer cooking workshops.
Oh, cool.
All about blackcurrants.
So, all things Cassis.
Exactly.
That's fun.
Maurice calls it a fun and tasty way of attracting curious customers.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to learn more about Cassis?
Right. So it's all about creating those memorable experiences.
That people will talk about.
Yeah. So to sum up, we've really seen how valuable it can be to embrace your local food heritage.
Absolutely. It's a treasure trove of opportunity.
And Maurice's insights have been really helpful.
He's given us a lot to think about.
In understanding how to do that.
Practical advice, actionable steps.
Yeah. So we've talked about putting your local gastronomy front and center.
Make it a star attraction.
Using local brands.
Yeah, leverage those partnerships. Yeah.
To amplify your message.
And
showcasing those unique regional products.
Yeah, tell their stories.
Like the blackcurrant.
A true gem.
And controlling your communication to reflect those regional values.
Be authentic, be consistent.
Right. And finally, embracing innovation to keep those traditions alive and appealing.
Evolving with the times.
To new generations.
Right. A balance of tradition and innovation.
So Maurice's expertise really highlights the potential here.
It's not just about food. It's about creating an experience.
Yeah, it's about how to celebrate the unique food and drink of your region.
And make it a part of your brand.
And translate that into success for your business.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So as you think about your menu
and
the experience you offer, I want you to ask yourself this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Don't just think about what individual dishes make your menu stand out. But think about the story.
Oh, the story. I love it.
That your entire food and beverage program tells about your region.
The narrative of your terroir.
Exactly. How can you weave the story of your terroir into the whole guest experience?
That's a powerful question.
It's something to really think about.
It's about creating a sense of place.
Yeah. It's about
that resonates with your guests.
Creating an experience that's truly unique.
And unforgettable.
And memorable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, food for thought.
Food for thought.
I like it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Okay.
All right. Bye.